Champione, champione, ole, ole, ole. Ah, guys, let me remind you, this is a season where they said Barcelona is going to be fighting for relegation. This is a season where they said the things is going to go down for Barcelona. This is a season where they say all these young stars of Barcelona, they are not up for it. That a certain boy came from France who is the best player in the world, who we all don't argue was the best player in the world. And we remember, I don't want to mention any club, but I have to mention this. Real Madrid, right from the capital, we've already had that they've won the Champions League and they brought in the best player in the world. So they are going to beat everybody. This is the same Barcelona side people write off. This is the same Barcelona side that lost 5 to 6 top players last year. This is the same Barcelona side that lost their legend of a coach in Xavi and everything was going down. This is the same Barcelona side that they said the president is not doing well, that they need him to be sacked. This is the same Barcelona nobody trusts. This is the same Barcelona of Hansi Flick people they write off. If they told you that this Barcelona side will win the domestic treble, beating Madrid 4 times, getting very close to reach this final of the Champions League, me myself, I won't believe that. I will not believe that. But it is something I always believe since the season started. Since I heard that Hansi Flick is going to be the coach of Barcelona, since I heard that Hansi Flick is going to coach this team, and since I heard that he is going to take over this job, I always have this confidence because I've watched him train Bayern Munich. You see, guys, training a club and training a country, a national team is different. Because training a club, you have to be there week in, week out. In a country, if you're training a national team, you have maybe 1 or 2 weeks with them and next 3 months off. So those your pattern, your style of play might not be as effective as it is in club side. And that's why you see Hansi Flick get success with Bayern Munich. And he gets success in his first season as a Barcelona coach. Wow. If there's somebody you should greet, you should say thank you to, it's done Hansi Flick. I mean, what he has done with this club is incredible. It's unimaginable. I mean, I can't imagine Barcelona being this dominant, being the team with the highest goals in Europe, finishing team like 3, 4, 5 goals, scoring the most goals in Europe with the first season with this young talent. Now you can just start thinking how next season is going to look like. That is going to be so interesting. Because if these boys in the first season have done this, knowing fully well how this manager wants to keep playing his football, knowing fully well how Hansi Flick plays his football, I mean, there is nothing to say. There's actually nothing to say. Because once these are young guys who wants to learn, and by next season they're going to be lions. This season is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm not saying that they're going to win it all next season. Next season they're going to do everything to get that Champions League, guys. I'm not going to talk about the future right now. Let's talk about the present, because as we speak, we've gotten a new La Liga champions. You know, winning the Champions League is not about being the best. Winning the Copa del Rey is not about being the best. But winning the league shows that you have been the best team so far in your country, in your team, your nation. In the league, for you to show that you're the best team in Europe or in your league, you have to be champion of your league. And this is a crown, a stamp that Barcelona is the best team in Spain. And for me, although they are not being a Champions League final, for me, they are the best team in the Champions League. They've been the best team in Europe. Exciting football. And there is one name. When it comes Barcelona. It's not Lewandowski. People will say Rafinha. For me, it's not Rafinha. Rafinha had a very good season, and if you look at the way he plays, it's not that very magical. There's nothing exciting about Rafinha. You just have that moment that he has, and he has a very good left foot that he can shoot. And if he has the chance to score, he puts it in. I hope he gets the same season he has this season, next season, so that he could be able to stay well. If you look at the way he plays, I don't know I don't know. I don't feel excited watching Rafinha, although he has scored a lot of goals this season. Is it Pedri? Pedri has been incredible. Has been incredible. When it comes to players, you could also mention the defenders, Kubasi, Frankie de Jong, Casado. There are a lot of them. These are young players. But there is one name you guys have to call when it comes to Barcelona, when it comes to being the best, when it comes to somebody who makes you enjoy watching football. It's only one guy, 17-year-old boy who just turned 17, who is going to be 18 in 3 or 4 months. This guy doesn't know how to ride a car. He has not yet even allowed to leave. But the intelligence, the smartness, the way he plays on the age of 17 is just incredible. There's no other person than Lamine Yamal. For me, that guy should be the best player in the world. I mean, if there is anybody that merits that best player in the world, bring them out. I mean, we could call Dembele, we could call Mohamed Salah, we could call Victor Osimhen, we could call Rafinha himself, we could call Mbappe themselves, we could call Vinicius and all this. But tell me one exciting player that whenever you put on your TV and you watch, you're like, wow, what a player, than Lamine Yamal. I mean, the goal he scored today was... I was on my seat. I was just stood up. I was like, wow, what a goal. That goal reminded me of Lionel Messi. Exactly Lionel Messi. We all know that coming to this game, we were playing against Espanyol, which 2 years ago, Barcelona won in the same stadium. And what happened? The fans got into the stadium and started attacking the players. This season, they won it and they left. That was very smart. I even love what Lamine Yamal did after the game. Immediately they finished the game, he just went in. And the coach went outside and like, hey, come in. Although Espanyol has never been respectful to Barcelona or whatever. I mean, Espanyol hates Barcelona. Espanyol hate, like the rivalry between Barcelona and Espanyol is bigger than the rivalry between Madrid and Barcelona. I'm telling you the truth, because of the hatred they have. If there's two teams that will make peace, it's not Barcelona and Espanyol. Barcelona Madrid can make peace. But I think the rivalry between Barcelona and Real Madrid is a big boy rivalry. But when it comes to pure hatred, like hatred, Espanyol hate Barcelona. So guys, honestly, I'm so excited. I'm so happy that Barcelona now is the champions of Spain. Now we can relax. Now we can watch game. Like we can now relax and think of what is going to happen next season, because these boys, they are only starting. Lamine Yamal is 17 years old. Kubasi is 18 years old. Bemin is 19 or 20 years old. Pedri is 21. De Jong is 25. Rafinha is 26. Araujo is 24. Balde is just 20. I mean, these boys are very young. And these are not just boys they bought outside. These are boys that came from the La Masia. Guys, kudos. Honestly, there's nothing to say. The champions of Spain is Barcelona. Remember, this is just the beginning. Hansi Flick has a lot of work to do next season. And this Barcelona will come back even more stronger. They just need 2 or 3 signage in the left back, in the right back, in the left wing, and also at the striker. They need one man. Lewandowski is an old man. But let's just not talk about next season. Let's just enjoy the moment. Because Barcelona is the champions of Spain. Until next time, peace.